Why do some men embrace vulnerability in intimacy while others hesitate as if it's a battlefield? What drives the choice to prioritize her pleasure, love, ego, fear, or something deeper? These are not easy questions, and the answers are often shrouded in years of societal conditioning and unspoken expectations. This isn't just about sex. It's about who we are as men, how we navigate connection, and what it means to show up authentically in our relationships. We're diving deep into the psychology of intimacy, exploring the surprising power of vulnerability, and how Stoic principles can completely transform your approach to connection. Get ready to challenge the conventional narrative, because we're about to redefine what it means to be a man in the bedroom and beyond. True confidence doesn't come from taking, it comes from giving. And no, I'm not just talking about showering her with gifts. Some men find immense power and joy in making their partners feel good, not for validation, but because giving becomes its own reward. Think of it like crafting a masterpiece. You meticulously choose the right tools, you pour your heart and soul into every detail, and you strive for excellence, not for applause, but for the sheer satisfaction of creation. The payoff isn't in ego-driven outcomes, it's in her smile, her body language, and the trust you build with every thoughtful touch. By focusing on her happiness, on being truly present in those moments of intimacy, you transform into someone who no longer chases validation, you embody it. This isn't about becoming some selfless saint. When you can find satisfaction in her pleasure, in the act of giving itself, you tap into a wellspring of confidence that no amount of bravado can replicate. We often hear about the importance of communication in a relationship, but rarely do we delve into the core of what makes communication truly effective vulnerability. The foundation of true intimacy isn't just physical, it's emotional. It's about allowing yourself to be seen, truly seen, by another person. The secret lies in being vulnerable, in building closeness through eye contact, trust, and honesty. Look into her eyes, not with lust, but with a genuine desire to connect. Share your thoughts, your fears, your dreams. This is how you bridge the gap between two souls. For a Stoic man, facing fear isn't optional, it's a duty. When you let go of your ego and embrace vulnerability, you unlock a level of connection where trust flourishes. That's the birthplace of emotional intimacy, the kind that transcends the physical and binds two souls together. Intimacy isn't a one-size-fits-all endeavor. It's about recognizing the uniqueness of the person you're with and approaching the experience with a sense of genuine curiosity. Curiosity is the driver of deeper connections. It's about exploring her preferences, reactions, and rhythm as if they were an intricate puzzle, a mystery waiting to be unraveled. Think of yourself as a scientist. Observe, listen, and adjust. Each breath, every reaction offers feedback. Don't be afraid to ask questions, to seek understanding. When approached with curiosity and care, the connection deepens beyond physical boundaries. It becomes a shared dance of vulnerability and exploration. Intimacy is a power play, but not in the way you might think. It's not about dominance or control in the traditional sense. It's about the willingness to relinquish control, to surrender to the moment and to the person you're with. For some men, it's about surrendering control to her, saying, "This moment is yours." It's about trusting her to guide you, to show you what brings her pleasure. For others, it's about mastering the ability to bring her joy, like conducting a symphony. Either way, it's a balance of strength and vulnerability. When done with respect and care, intimacy becomes pure magic, and that, gentlemen, is a kind of power worth mastering. Too many men carry emotional baggage into the bedroom. Questions like, am I good enough? Is she comparing me to someone else? We live in a hypersexualized world where we're bombarded with images of unrealistic perfection. It's no wonder so many of us feel inadequate. Society has conditioned us to chase perfection instead of presence. We're taught to value performance over connection, technique over authenticity. But here's the truth. Perfection is a trap. It's an illusion that keeps you locked in a cycle of self-doubt and insecurity. What she really wants isn't flawless technique, it's your authentic self. It's your presence, your attention, your willingness to be vulnerable with her. When you can let go of the need to be perfect and embrace the beauty of imperfection, you unlock a level of intimacy that transcends the physical. And that, gentlemen, is how you break free from the shackles of insecurity and experience true connection. Why are men still afraid of exploring intimacy fully? Why do we shy away from conversations about desire, pleasure, and the full spectrum of human experience? It often boils down to outdated stigmas about dominance, control, or shame. We're taught to be stoic, to suppress our emotions, to view intimacy as something transactional rather than sacred. Real intimacy doesn't care about taboos. It's about acceptance. It's about creating a space where you and your partner feel safe to explore every facet of your desires without judgment or shame. When you reject these old beliefs, you not only free yourself, you also show her she's fully accepted emotionally, physically, and sexually. That's real power. You could be the most skilled lover in the world, but without open and honest communication, you're setting yourself up for failure. The underrated hack for better intimacy? Communication? And no, I'm not talking about whispered sweet nothings during the act, though those have their place. I'm talking about real, honest, sometimes vulnerable conversations about desire, boundaries, and expectations. If you can't openly discuss her needs, preferences, and feelings, you're already losing the battle. Don't rely on assumptions or guesswork. Ask questions, watch her body language, and experiment together. When you communicate openly, the pressure fades, leaving space for connection and magic. Remember, gentlemen, the bedroom should be a sanctuary of trust and vulnerability, not a battleground of egos. We often equate confidence with outward displays of bravado, with a need to dominate and control. But true confidence is something far more subtle, far more powerful. Confidence isn't about loud gestures, it's about quiet, steady presence. Silent confidence says, I'm here, fully present, and I've got you. It's in the way you look at her, the way you touch her, the way you listen to her every breath and sigh. It's about conveying a sense of safety and security, a space where she can fully relax and be herself. It's not about perfection, but intention. When you show up with silent confidence, intimacy transforms into something sacred and unshakable. And that, gentlemen, is a kind of intimacy worth striving for. True intimacy isn't built on grand gestures. It's built on consistent acts of care, curiosity, and vulnerability. Be the man who dares to step out of his comfort zone, who prioritizes connection over ego, and chooses authenticity over fear. If you're ready to go deeper, not just in your relationships, but in understanding yourself, start today. Let's break outdated norms and redefine what it means to show up authentically for the people we care about. Together we can challenge the narrative and celebrate true connection.